Hi guys, so I did not expect that Project Happiness would have such a very positive reception among you guys. Like, I had a lot of people message me privately on Facebook Messenger and also privately through my WhatsApp and phone number. Like, hey Naf, I really like that you are doing all the singing because it brings joy, and besides it, she's want to be jolly, and yeah, you are so jolly. Could you do a Christmas episode? My question is yes, definitely. After the second episode, I think the third or fourth episode would be out around the 18th, definitely before the 25th. And I think I can sing Green Sleeve, the Emmanuel song, like the Lord is Born, and then Come O Ye Faithful, and then Gloria Excelsior Deo. The cool thing about most of the songs, including Hollow Night, is because even though I know the word in English, I grew up with the Indonesian version. So because we are all about culture, right, and about inclusivity, I'm going to show you not only the English but also the Indonesian. So stay tuned. So for today, I have been talking non-stop with my friends overseas. So we got the girl is studying in New York University. I think she's doing a PhD in political science. Well, I mean not right now. She's still in master, but she wants to go to PhD in political science. And the boy is still catching up on undergrad because unfortunately he had some financial issues. So it's not his fault that he's not doing a master's yet. I mean, do it on your pace, okay? I love you guys, so don't be hard on yourself if you are not following everybody else's timeline. You are on your own timeline, and that's good enough. Like, don't compare yourself to others. You're amazing, okay? And I love you guys, friends. And me, well, I'm not yet in master's college any grad school yet, but I'm applying and I'm just. So I'm switching between MFA program, library science program, art and craft program, and there was this other program like the book development program where you send your unedited manuscript to the program, and if needed be you can take certificate where you learn to connect and network with literary agent and editor, and learn about the industry through internship with other accomplished published writer, traditionally published. I mean, not like on Wattpad. I mean, I'm published on Wattpad, but not like, out there. So I'm not making it big. I got reader, but mostly a non-reader. They are good because I can do it for read, but I want more exposure, okay? I'm not gonna lie. It's not that I'm seeking fame, but I do want to at least have my book printed in physical copy and see it in bookstore, maybe in Barnes and Nobles or other kind of places where people can gather and like, hey, that knife book, I'm gonna buy knife book because I know her and I know that she's a good writer. So I want not necessarily a household name, but like if someone mentions science fiction and teen fiction and culture, that Nefertiti, that my brand. Anyway, I talked with the people at the Queen's University of Charlotte last night. So they have two programs, right? They have communication in strategic planning, and then they have another master of fine art and creative writing, and they have this fiction and non-fiction and poetry. So the good thing about the fiction is that you have the choice of remaining in Charlotte for the duration of your study, which is 2 years, but you can also choose to go to two places to study abroad in Latin America, in Rio de Janeiro and in I cannot remember, but one of them, Buenos Aires. So you can go to Buenos Aires and Rio de Janeiro if you want to study the culture, and then come back, write a thesis on the culture, and then turn the thesis into something Latin America related, like a short story collection or poem, and it all culminated into a project of your choosing. If you like fiction, you are expected to write 600 pages over the course of 2 years. That's 300 pages a year. You read it other work, you are workshopping, so it's not gonna be lonely. I know that some authors love to live in solitude, but it's not a good way because you will get burned out. You need to be creative, share with others. Isn't that why we write? So that we can get other feedback and read there for our own feedback, and we grow, help each other learn, right? So it is not only about writing, because if you want to be a good writer, you need to be a good reader, and Queen's University of Charlotte understands that. So I talked to the counselor admission like, hey, so how much of it is like the PhD in English? And they said, well, this is terminal degree, which means this is the highest degree you can get for creative writing. And if you do decide to use this, not only you'll be qualified to publish your own book and pitch it to the agents, but if all else fails, you can always fall back on the second plan, which is teaching reading and writing literacy in community colleges. Obviously, you will need to gain certificate, but certificate is usually half of the master program. Master program is usually 2, at most 3. If you're part-time, 3 years, it like between 30 credit hour to 60 credit hour, sometimes 80. Depends on how committed you are. You get into it, what you put into it. See, it's all about how much you give, how much you learn, how much you grow. Because it's all self-paced. At Queen's University Charlotte, it's not that the writer has to fit the program, but the program fit the writer. So no matter what your niche genre is, like me, my niche is sci-fi, but not like hard sci-fi. It's more like soft sci-fi, very light, very slice of life, mixed in with romances, mixed in with teen anger and mental health, you know. And then I told my college admission officer that frankly I am worried about whether my stories are marketable, and they like, nah, if you only care about the market, you are gonna go crazy trying to product trends. Like, obviously, yes, you care about your readers, but not all readers are shallow, you know. Some readers do want to know what you think. And I told them that in the Silver Pine one, that is the prequel, I talk a lot about Japanese culture because Kenta is Japanese and unapologetically so. Like, he loves the Shinto culture and he likes plants because it brings her closer to nature. That's all Shinto, right? And then in Looking for Hope, Moira has people of different background. For example, Anthony Morphin is the only white person in their group. I'm not saying that he's a minority, but he definitely is different because he is part Irish, part Welsh, and yeah, he's proud of it, but he's not like overly proud, more like subtle realization that, hey, I'm Irish and it's cool to be Irish and Welsh. And then of course we got Nardo Sitohang, Johan, and Nardia, Dia. They all got like the bear tattoo, right? Because they are half Papua New Guinean, but they are also Indonesian from Petrus Sitohang. Their dad head of the family. So yeah, everyone has different culture that are unique. We got Ayumi Sakamoto. Ayumi is Japanese but also part Mexican. And then we got Deandra, who is black, got ties to Cincinnati back when Earth was Earth and not destroyed. It all has environmental messages about keeping the Earth, like it's not about subduing the Earth or dominion of Earth, but become a stewardship. And then of course in the Blue Earth sheet, the switch is to mental health problem, and the counselor admission was kinda like very impressed with my repertoire of very like it a melting pot. I make everything, but it all work, the elements, yeah. And he said, see, you don't have to care about the market. The right people will always find your book, so just focus on what you want to write and your messages. And then I told him about my not yet published on Wattpad because I'm busy, but might be published in March, February, April at the latest. The one with Gunawan and Rinjani Pratiwi and Franco Coleman and some of the girls that are in international studies like Edison and Alice and Elmo and Dini Orwell, the Philippine girl, remember? So it's gonna be featuring a lot of Indonesian culture, especially Jakarta, Batavian, Malay culture. Why? Because we have an Indonesian Chinese character like Gunawan, and I'm going to bring to the forefront because there's a lot of things about Chinese Indonesian people that just don't get it said. Like they're Indonesian who don't feel like Indonesian. Like they are too Indonesian to be Chinese, too Chinese to be Indonesian. So like where do they belong? And Gunawan's surname Gunawan or Guna, also known as Gunawan Bumi Putra, and Bumi Putra is the Malay equivalent of Pribumi, and Pribumi means native. But why cannot an Indonesian Chinese be native? They've been living in Indonesia for years. They don't even know Chinese. They don't even know where in China they come from. Like they don't really have strong ties to their ancestral land. For all intent and purpose, they are Indonesian, and yet they are treated differently. So real life Gunawan, you know who you are, Guna. If you watch this video, I'm sorry about all the hardships you had to go through in teenage year, but I'm so glad that you found peace eventually. And I'm here if you ever wanna talk, okay? I know that you log off of social media and you're hopeless about your Instagram and Facebook being updated, but you know my number, so send me a message there, okay? I know that you are not always comfortable opening up, but me and our two friends, we love you no matter what. You don't have to be like upbeat because that's not you. You have always been quiet and smiling in the background, but that's why I admire you, because you never give up and you are like one of the strongest person I know on earth. Anyway, I told you that I'm gonna sing for you, right? So bear with me as I try to find my laptop so that I can pull up the lyric. I mean, I understand the lyric, but sometimes it's good to have them in front of you, right? In the meantime, enjoy the chaos. Not the chaos, it's like organized mess. That is my room. Right there, I got my ukulele. And my partner actually think that even though it is like good for a cheap toy ukulele, it actually a toy, not real ukulele. So I'm going to try to find a good one online maybe. I want the blue one. I know someone who has like violin and electric blue, and I'm jealous. And I'm like, I want something blue but for ukulele. And this is my latest project. This is supposed to be Gunawan and this is supposed to be Rin. And they are supposed to be like 13, 14, like so they are in middle school, going on to high school. And they are picnicking in Taman Mini Indonesia Indah. Taman Mini is this miniature Indonesia, so they got miniature pavilion of traditional houses. This is traditional Jakarta house, and in the background you got like a castle. It's like the puppet kingdom, but like for children. And then the lake is like miniature Indonesia islands. So right here on the northern tip you got Sumatra. And then you got Java, where Jakarta is. Jakarta is in the Java Island. And then we got Kalimantan, which is the Celebes. No, the Celebes is Sulawesi. Kalimantan is just Borneo. Yeah, up there is Kalimantan and Borneo and Sulawesi. Like Sulawesi is like Manado and Makassar and Toraja. And then we got Lombok, we got Bali. Bali is famous, It's like the cultural hub of Indonesia. majority Hindu in a majority Muslim country. But before we were Muslim, we were like pagan, animism, and then Christianity and Islam comes to Indonesia. And then we got Papua. Papua is an island. It actually split in half. The west one is Indonesian, and then the other is Papua New Guinea. And we actually got East Timor somewhere. East Timor is actually not part of Indonesia anymore. There was like a referendum back in 1916, 1917, and they decided to break free and like become their own country, but it used to be part of Indonesia. And then we got my pencil color. Well, not mine, it's actually my partner. And I get a lot of pile of books. Some of them I wanna send to my friend as like surprise secret Santa thingy. I even got more. And then we got the heater right here. It's not really on, but it's good. And then you got my hearing aid right here. Sometimes I don't wear them because sensory overload, and sometimes they need to be charged. But it's good. And that's my kitchen. And hey, Cody, do you want to say hello?
Hello.
Hello, yeah, that's my partner Cody. So now you know. And you can open this. And yeah, it's kind of like dark right now, but when it not dark, it's good to have the sunshine in. Okay, so I'm gonna put this right here. You just chill and do whatever while I look for my laptop. Okay. Okay guys, I'm back. Hello. Okay, so I got my laptop, but first, do you have Nintendo, guys? Because if you have Nintendo, we can be friends. Like I use my partner's account to actually play, but I play Harvest Moon here, the Mineral Town, and then I play the Doraemon Story of Seasons. But my obsession right now is the Pioneer of Olive Town, because you can get married to any gender. So even if you are like playing as a guy character and you like a guy non-playable character, you can get married. I name my character Batch after Bat Arakida, the deaf guy with the green hair in the Silver Pine story. And he and Iori got together as platonic partner, so not romantic but platonic, because Bat is asexual and aromantic. Doesn't mean that he cannot love, it's just that his love is not like the physical, sensual kind, more like I'm gonna show you that I love you not through my word but my action. So it's kind of pure innocent love. And they adopted a kid named Marina, and she's cute. Maybe one day I will show you Marina if time allows. And then I have a lot of stuffed animal, right? This is Pak. Just Pak. It doesn't have a name. It's a Pak. Woof. And I'm gonna show you something else that I got recently. I got my slipper, man. It's very comfy. I like it because it's the comfiest slipper that ever. And I'm going to look for the lyric of my song, okay? Meanwhile, you can chill, whatever. Yeah, just admire the making of my ukulele, because even though it's meant to be a kid toy, it actually makes sound. I'm not surprised. How do you even make sound when you're a kid's toy? So it's a bargain, because I was not serious about ukulele. I was just like curious at the time, but the more I learn ukulele, the more I learn, hey, it's actually a cool device of its own, and not just there for fun, I mean, obviously it's cute and everything, but it is its own instrument. So, you know how I've been meaning to sing a lot of songs in other languages, including Malay, because Malay and Indonesian are so similar. And also I like to learn in foreign languages like French and Spanish. My French pronunciation need a lot of work, but and where I do think that it's important to be confident, because it's not really the accent that matters, but your articulation and your clarity. Pronunciation can be fixed, but if you're not confident, then you're not attractive, and confidence is attractive, right? Okay, so I found this is the lyric for lucky in English, and then I'm yours in French, and this is the Malay version of I'm yours. Okay, so I'm gonna sing the Malay version first. Where's my ukulele? Okay, can you still see me? Good. Let's bum at do re mi fa sol la ti do mi la so fa mi re do. Kau tahu kau buatku rasa begini, jauh ku kembara tapi ku ingin kembali, biarpun berlabuh malam. Tidak akan ku berhenti sebelum terlewat, ingin yang terbaik untukmu. Takkan siapa mampu menghalang ajamku, inilah masanya. Pelajari sesuatu, takkan ku tunggu lagi, kini aku milik kamu. Buka mata, coba kau lihat, bukalah minda dan kau akan bebas. Buka hatimu dan kau temukan cinta. Dengarlah musik ini, lagu juga irama. Kita semua bersama, punya hati, punya jiwa untuk mahu dicinta. Dan takkan ku sangsi, aku pasti takkan tunggu lagi, usah ragui masa lalu. Ini aku milik kamu. Dengar bisikan hatiku, kau kan tahu cerita. Lama benar ku membelak diri di depan cermin, berpusing menari apabila tiada sesiapa melihat rentakku. Sendiri ku tertawa, kini aku sadar tentang kehidupan ini. Tak perlu berpura-pura, jadilah diri sendiri, itulah diriku. Dan kamu pun tahu, takkan ku tunggu lagi, kini aku milik kamu. Buka mata, coba kau lihat, bukalah minda, kau kan bebas. Buka hatimu dan kau tahu luas dunia. Dengarlah, ikut Sambutlah rentak kita, inilah masa untuk kamu percaya cinta. I really like this part about when you are looking in the mirror and like trying to laugh, because it's all about, well, sometimes we only want people to see the best part of us, right? But it's actually okay to be vulnerable, because when you are vulnerable, you are actually trusting your partner, not keeping a secret. And I think it's important to have a relationship built on trust. So like, I've been spending way too much in the mirror and checking my reflection and laughing over myself in the mirror. I notice it now my turn to want some or learn some. I won't hesitate no more, no more. It's my destiny. I'm yours. Listen to people singing and dancing. We are happy family. Look into your heart and you'll find love, 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 love. Yeah. And then we got Jason Mraz. Remember the one that like I'm here, like, do you hear me? I'm talking to you across the ocean, across the sea, under the broken sky of my, I am dreaming. Boy, I hear you in my dream. I see your whispers across the sea. I want you with me in my dream. You make it easy when life gets hard. Lucky I'm in love with my best friend. Lucky to have been where I have been. Lucky to be coming home someday. Ooh, ooh. You don't know how long it takes. Hey, waiting for a love like this. Every time we are apart, and I wanna be back with you. I'll wait for you. I promise you I will. Hey, lucky we're in love with my best friend. I'm lucky to have been where I have been. Lucky to be coming home someday. Yeah, true story. I actually think of my high school friend. I'm not gonna reveal who because of course privacy. But I've been checking up on him. He was kind of like this guy who is low profile and hard to track. Even not all of my friends know his whereabouts. Not all of my friends know his phone number, but some do. And two people in particular, one over phone and one physically hang out with him, like been watching over him. I'm like, yeah, good. I don't need to be involved in his life, but as long as I know that he's well, that's all I want. I just want him to be happy, you know. He doesn't have to reach out to me. It's okay if like he's not ready to come out of his hiding. I just want to know that he's well, and that's for him. And I'm like, well, of course I have a husband now, but just because you have a husband does not mean that you cannot also love someone. Not in a romantic way, but more like, hey, I care about you and I want to know that you're okay too, kind of way. And my friend pronunciation sucks because hearing loss make it difficult to understand friend. You know, if you want to speak, you have to listen, and there's not a lot I can listen to with my hearing aid, okay? But this is the friend version. Please don't laugh at me, I'm still learning. I mean, I went to a lot of speech therapy just to be able to talk, so If you are mean to me and you are demeaning, I might block you and I might not make any more episode of this show. If you want to see me singing, don't be mean, okay? Don't too much feel l'amor, Oko adulation ti ya follow me calme mete si shot si cry jadi paru pendang ang moment may jeteng to the revener afang kong kamanche senu ye jefeta si de mapliker every yang na pura mareste apart un intervention divin de croix angkor moi qui vais de fadiane ou apprendre je ne hésiterai plus du tout ça ne peut pas attendre je t'appartiens ouvre donc ton esprit et regarde comme moi. Ouvre-t-il le plan et sera libre, bon sang, regarde dans ton cœur, tout y trouvera l'amour. Écoutez la musique qui passe, on dansait et on chantait, on est comme une grande famille. Et bon Dieu, on a le droit à l'amour, l'amour. Je ne hésiterai plus du tout, qu'on ne peut pas attendre. Je suis sûr de moi, pourquoi faire compliquer un peu de temps? C'est notre destin, je t'appartiens. Suis en tes colères à moi, chérie, et je te tolère l'oreille. J'ai passé bien trop de temps à faire ma langue dans la glace et à me chamberger pour essayer de la former, mais j'ai fait de la bouée sur les ferrets. Alors je me dessine un visage pour rire. Je crois que c'est Dieu que je fais dire. C'est qu'il y a pas de mille raisons pour cesser d'être fan et se laisser aller au rythme de ces chants. Qu'est-ce qu'on fait notre nom, qu'est-ce qu'il faudra faire tout. Je ne hésiterai plus du tout. Ça ne peut pas attendre, je suis sûr de moi. Ouvre donc ton esprit et regarde comme moi. Ouvre tes plans et sera libre, bon sang. Regarde ton cœur, tout fera que le ciel est à toi. S'il te plaît, non, 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 pour faire compliqué, alors. Quand à peu de temps, c'est notre destin, j'ai t'appartient. I'm yours. I like it. It's basically fun. And there is one where she said, je ne hésiterai plus du tout. Ça ne peut pas attendre, je t'appartiens. Like, please don't hesitate. I will wait for you no matter what. And it only divine intervention that will stop me. I feel it too, and don't you feel it too? So, I do not know. The French make everything more romantic. They're so poetic. No, it's not because I love the French, but objectively speaking, this is better than the English version, actually. Maybe one day I will find the Spanish version. If I don't speak much Spanish, even though I'm in the US, I'm more on the French side because I am more like, I'm thinking that maybe I can go to Canada, and in Montreal and Quebec, they speak French, so that an advantage that I understand a bit of French. My listening skills suck and my speaking skills suck, but I can compensate with my reading and writing skill. Okay, this is the last one. Lucky, Jeffrey Mirat. Did you know that I was lucky that I'm in love with my best friend? Cody was my best friend in college. She was my senior, 3 years apart from I was, but because he did transfer student thingy and learn a lot, like took a lot of job at AmeriCorps before he came to US, UNCA, taking international studies, and doing volunteerism. He's awesome like that, and I love him because he's been supportive. So yeah, I definitely am in love with my best friend, and I'm lucky to be here, and I'm lucky to have a home to come through. Cody is my home, and I'm Cody's home. So Cody, this is for you. Do you hear me? I'm talking to you across the water, across the deep blue ocean, under the open sky. Oh my baby, I'm trying. Boy, I hear you in my dreams. I feel your whispers across the sea. I keep you with me in my heart. You make it easier when life gets hard. Lucky I'm in love with my best friend. Lucky to have been where I have been. Lucky to be coming home again. Oh, 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 oh. They don't know how long it takes waiting for a love like this. Every time we say goodbye, I wish we had one more kiss. I'll wait for you, I promise you, I will. Hey, lucky I'm in love with my best friend. Lucky to have been where I have been. Lucky to be coming home again. Lucky we are in love in every way. Lucky to have stayed where we have stayed. Lucky to be coming home someday. And so I'm sailing through the sea to an island where we'll meet. You'll hear the music, feel the air. I'll put a flower in your head. Do the breezes through the trees move so pretty? You're all I see as the world keep on spinning around. You hold me right here, right now. Lucky I'm in love with my best friend. Lucky to have been where Cody has been. Lucky to be coming home again. I'm lucky we're in love in every way. Lucky to be staying in Charlotte. Lucky to be coming to Asheville one day. And I want to come back to Jakarta to someday. Oh, lucky to be in love in this way. Lucky to have been where I have been. Lucky to be coming home again. Cody, te amo. Je t'aime bien. Aku cinta kamu. And I love you and aku sayang kamu. Hey, yeah. He said it back. He said aku cinta kamu in my language. Isn't that good? Yeah. Aku cinta Cody dan Cody cinta aku. Kita sayang satu sama lain. Yay. I did not know if I can do this like improvisation. Just like kind of sort of try to sing it in Indonesian. Dengarkan aku, ku berbicara padamu. Di atas air, di atas langit biru, di dalam dunia ini. Oh sayang, aku mencoba. Sayangku dengar kamu di mimpiku. Rasakan ciumanmu di balik hujan, dan aku cinta kamu di hatiku. Ini tidak sulit ketika ada kamu. Beruntung aku cinta teman sendiri. Beruntung aku di sini denganmu. Beruntung bisa kembali pulang. Beruntung bisa ke rumah lagi. Mereka tak tahu aku menunggu lama untuk cinta seperti ini. Dan setiap kali kita berpisah, aku ingin ciuman terakhir. Aku akan menunggumu. Aku akan menunggu. Beruntung aku cinta teman sendiri. Beruntung aku di sini. Beruntung aku dekat denganmu. Beruntung aku bisa pulang kembali. Beruntung berada di mana ku berada. Aku ingin bisa pulang kembali. Dan aku berlayar lintasi samudra ke suatu pulau di mana kau menunggu. Kau akan dengarkan musik ini. Dan ku petik bunga untuk rambutmu. Lewat angin, lewat pohon, kau sangat mempesona. Aku terdiam walau dunia tetap berputar. Aku cinta kamu, oh temanku. Aku jatuh cinta dengan teman baikku. Dan aku beruntung bisa pulang. Aku beruntung kita bertemu. Dan kita akan tatap masa depan bersama. Aku cinta kamu dan kau cinta aku. Okay, so the second episode is all about love song. Yeah, it definitely not February or Valentine's, but love deserves to be heard every day. Don't forget to love your loved one and check on them, okay? Bye! See you later in episode 3. Total snap out.